Welcome to Edge Radio, Edge TV. This is the Tony Talk Show. Here we are Thursday morning at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time here in Houston, Texas. Thank you so much for being here, and hopefully what I'm going to do today and what we're going to do today is we're going to have some fun.
Absolutely.
We're going to have a conversation. That's what Tony Talks is all about, having a conversation.
Well, and we're going to have a great introduction to what this show is going to be about now and moving forward.
Absolutely. So you guys definitely want to know what the show is about, so that way you can tell your friends and you can decide if you want to follow or not. Our goal truly is to just expand your awareness. That is really the fundamental thing that we're trying to do, is to expand your awareness and kind of make you see things in a little different way. That's what I'm saying.
Yes, expanding awareness with the hopes that we optimize each individual for what they're trying to accomplish.
Optimize, yeah, yes. Absolutely. That's a good word.
Yes.
Optimize. And so that's kind of what we're about. Well, let me introduce myself. I'm Anthony Cudjoe, of course, Tony Talks, and this is Cheyenne Elvin Cudjoe, my wife.
Hello, everyone.
And we're so happy to be here to serve you guys in this form, in this media. So what this show is really about, it's about human optimization. And what is that? What is that to you? A lot of folks have heard that, but I don't think they really know what that means. Or tell me, what do you think human optimization is, Shah?
Bettering all aspects of who you are: mind, body, spirit, emotional, financial, making your life and the reality of your life your dream, essentially.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I've been in the fitness and health business, if you will, for over 36 years now. Wow.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, 36 years, man. I've been doing this and motivating people and helping people to get to a better place in their physical bodies. And during the course of my life, I've had the joy of working with millions of people, to be honest with you, thousands that told other people, and it just kind of grew into what I do today, which is to transform humans into the best that they can be, and understanding there are laws and principles that you may not be conscious of. So you're not winning the game. You're not winning the game of life. You're not winning the game on your body. You're not winning the game of creation and the things that you're really trying to accomplish with your life. You know, when we run into our clients, they're struggling on so many different levels. But you know, the common denominator is it always shows up in the physicality of their body or the physicality of their lives.
Right. And I think that's the main focus that everybody wants to change, is the physicality, but not understanding you can't change the physical with the physical. You have to change the physical with mental, with emotional,
with the metaphysical.
Absolutely.
And that's the thing that people don't want to look at. You know, and the thing that concerns me is that the metaphysical has kind of got sort of a connotation of religion, and it has nothing to do with religion at all. It does, but it doesn't.
It can
in a certain way, yeah, in a certain way. But I mean, if you look at things in a non-biased way, I think that's where you find your solutions.
Absolutely. Well, Tony, you know, I have a question for you.
Oh,
and I'm
boy,
sure,
here we go.
I'm sure the audience and everyone listening and watching.
You're not allowed to ask me questions. This is the Tony Talk Show.
As your co-host, I think I'm able to.
Okay.
No, we talk with our clients and we talk with people all the time about understanding your why.
Yeah.
What is your driving factor for doing the things that you're doing every single day?
Yeah.
So, Tony, what is your why? We've talked about launching this radio station for years since we've been here.
I've got
in
a lot of
Houston.
whys, though. Are you talking about why am I doing this, or why do I get up every day?
What is your main motivation for wanting to do the Tony Talks radio show?
Wow, Cheyenne. When we drove up here, you didn't tell me you were going to ask me those type of questions. No. Oh, okay. What is my why? I want to leave a legacy.
Okay. What does that mean to you?
A legacy to me is we evolve as humans together to a better place as a society, to a better place as a race, and understand that diversity is truly the gift of life. Diversity is truly the gift of life. And when you embrace that, your judgmental walls start to fall down, and you can really start to connect with that other human being, which is really you. Now, this is, this is going to be deep. This is deep stuff, you know. And if you understand that unity is something you can't get away from. It is the law. See, we're going to talk about laws. We're not going to talk about my opinion, your opinion, the political opinion, the religious opinion. Yes, we can bring those into the discussion, but at the end of the day,
you're talking about universal laws, not like
I'm talking about the law. I'm talking. You know, when I started training people, what I learned is here's how you help people. You look at the common denominators, that bind people together as human beings, and then the common denominator that causes dysfunction in human lives and human beings. And then you focus on how do I help in that manner? How do I help that person? And it's all about discovery. It's about self-discovery. At least it was for me. And I realize when my clients start to embrace self-discovery, who they really are, then things just start to naturally fall off. They get in flow. I talk about force and flow a lot. You hear me talk about that all the time. Yes. Being in life and forcing your way through things, or being in life and flowing your way through things. Flow is a much better thing. It is. It was for me, at least for me.
Oh, it's more graceful. It's less painful.
Exactly.
You have less anxiety.
And the energy of it, and we're going to get into energy discussions, and the energy of that is absolutely 100% positively creative. It is. I mean, when you get into that energy, I have found this one energy. You're the one who kind of turned me on to frequencies and starting to listen to frequencies and looking at food from an energetic perspective. Absolutely. Versus just my palate and my socialization. But anyway, we learned a lot about that, Absolutely. Looking at frequency and energy and understanding that we are just energy. We really are. And everything around us is energy. Right. And there's laws that govern energy. Yeah. And when you understand those laws that govern energy, then guess what? You now can move that energy. You were created to move that energy. That's what you're here for. You're here to create, you're here to move energy, and you're here to create the things that make you happy. So at the end of the day, if happiness is your focus, remember that skeletal key I always talk about? What is that skeletal key we talk about all the time? It's love. It's the thing nobody really wants. We all say we should love each other, but do we really act it out?
Well, it's easy to love people that believe and think the same way you do.
Oh, absolutely. That's not love. That's agreement. That's agreement. You're agreeing with that person. Love is when
unconditional love.
There you go.
The unconditional love.
Yeah, the weird love. The love.
Loving everyone for who they are at the present moment with unbiased and non-judgment. So, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, a lot of people are going to be like, how do you get there? That sounds good. But is it possible? Yes, it is possible, guys. Listen to me. After, and I am saying this as a testimony. I'm not saying this as an egotistical statement, but I'm 54 years old, and I'm very happy to be that. And I've learned a lot of things along the way, and I got knocked around a lot just because of my alpha maleness, if you will. But, there's some things I've learned along the way that I'd like to share, and hopefully people can understand that there are laws that govern your body. There are chemical laws. There are laws that govern your body. There are laws that govern your mind. There are laws that govern the way you are creating. And you're creating right now within those laws, but you're not conscious about it. And that's what human optimization is all about, becoming aware and becoming conscious of yourself and the way you're creating and the energy that's around you and how you're allowing that energy to affect you.
Right.
And that energy shows up in so many different ways. It shows up in the form of people. It shows up in the form of situations and circumstances. It shows up in so many different ways because energy is what? It's diverse. That's why I said embrace diversity, and then you can embrace the understanding of what life really is.
So that's, I want to kind of break it down because we have these conversations all the time. So a lot of the words that we're saying are very common for us, but it may not be.
Well, hang out with us for a while, guys. I guarantee it's going to rub off on you. You know what happens to you? Whoever you hang out with rubs off on you. That's the energy. I'm gonna bring it down to the basics to where you can't look away from it. Listen, it's so funny because I was in the gym the other day and this guy goes, we were talking about things because I like to talk about things and listen and learn from people. But I told him, I said, hey man, you know what? I'm a black light. And he started laughing because of course, I'm a black man. So he was like, what? I said, yeah, I'm a black light, man. I said, whenever I come in the room, you're going to see things that you didn't see before that have been around you the whole time. And you just wasn't paying attention. You were not conscious. You've been submerged in energy, and you've been moving in energy, and you've been moving energy, but you haven't been conscious of it.
Right.
Okay? So at the end of the day, like we were talking about, you will become part of the people you associate with. You will become just like that energy. Energy does what? Transforms
or transfers.
Or transfers. You can't kill it. You can't create it. That is the law of energy. So when you get around other people, you're either going to transform that energy if you have enough power within yourself and enough clarity within yourself. You can come in and own the room. I own the room when I go in because I know who I am. And if I can't own the room, meaning that I can't go in there with positive energy and transform maybe that negative energy into something good, I will leave because I know it'll get on me after a while.
Absolutely.
And it'll transform me after a while. Why? Because that's the law of energy. If I stay submerged in that long enough, I become that.
Right. So those of you that are listening, you know, if you are in the place of your life where you are wanting something better for yourself, circumstances, finances,
we all are there. Everybody, listen, here's the deal. This is why you wake up, because you want something better for yourself.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
So this show is going to be dedicated to the how you actually do that. Yes. Not just talking about that it's possible, but how you go about doing that so that you can make change in your life, and you can do it consciously through increasing your awareness.
Increasing your, you know, let me tell you something, guys. You know, there's something that a lot of us say, and I don't think a lot of us believe, at least in my experience of working with people. I always go back to this fundamental understanding that you can do anything that you choose to do.
Oh, well, we tell
our kids that
all the time.
But guess what? We get, you know, as we grow up and we have our so-called failures and societal judgments, and then we instead of expanding as a human being, we contract as a human being. Guess what? Then when we become 40, 50, we don't believe in ourselves anymore. You know, I can't do that, man. Oh, yeah, that sounds good. I'll preach it to my kids, but I know it's not the truth. Come on. It is the truth.
It is the truth.
You live in a world of creation. You are a creative being. It is the law of who you are. There's nothing you can do to get away from it.
Well, and again, everybody's creating all day, every day. So our goal is to make you aware that that's happening, and then also, if you're not happy with the outcome, know that you have the ability to change it.
Yeah, and the big thing I'm going to tackle first, and you know what? Get used to me, man. I'm Coach Cujo. My job, this is Edge Radio, okay, where the truth matters. That's why I'm on this show. That's why I'm on this network, because the truth matters.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to talk to you, and I'm going to say some things to you. They're going to rub you the wrong way. And guess what? That is your opportunity to look at that and change it if you want to, if you desire to. If you don't desire, then understand the consequences of your choices, because it's energy, and you're creating that, and you're manifesting that, and you're continually putting your energy into that. So it's going to continue to stay in your life. Understand that, okay? If you don't understand that, you're going to lose this game. What I mean by this game, I mean you're going to be stressful, struggling, have a lot of anxiety in your life, and you're going to just really not want, you know, create the things you want. And you'll be living a life which I call lack.
Right.
You know, so at the end of the day, we definitely want to make sure that we lay a good foundation of understanding what this show is about. It ain't about me trying to tell you who to be.
No.
It's about me helping you become who you truly want to be. And that's what that's about. So that's what the Tony Talk Show is all about. Yeah. That's it.
We are super excited to launch this show.
I'm super excited, man.
Everyone that's listening now, welcome to the Tony Talk Show. We're going to take a quick break.
Oh, got to pay. What is all that break stuff for? We got to take a break. I understand.
Absolutely. Yeah. We'll take a quick break.
Let's take a break. We got to pay some bills and all that good stuff. Guys, listen, stay here, man.
Yes.
Believe me, just stay here. You're going to learn some awesome things. And if you want to take control of your physical body, here we go. If you want to take control of your physical body and you want to take ownership, I'm going to show you how to get there. Okay? I'm going to show you how to get off meds. I'm going to show you how to lean down your body. I'm going to show you how to become a stronger person at the level you desire. So stay with us. Okay? Stay with us, guys. We've got to take a break.
We'll come back. Thanks.
Natural Nation Network is really about taking control of your health physically, spiritually, emotionally, even intellectually, because there's so much out there in misinformation. There's a lot of people now that are suffering from all sorts of diseases that they really wouldn't have to suffer for if they had better information. And that's what we're here to do. Provide information that can save lives.
The mind and the body are totally connected.
Health can be really serious, and sometimes we just have to lighten it up a little bit while we're still providing substantive information.
And my sort of mantra on the salsa dance floor is kind of similar. I tell somebody, if you make a mistake twice, it becomes a move. Okay.
Tune into Natural Nation every Tuesday at 11 a.m.
Welcome back, everyone. It is Thursday morning, just after 10 a.m. We are
beautiful in Houston,
yes.
down in Midtown.
Midtown
Houston. I love Midtown, man. It's really cool down here. They have a nice lot of little bars and places you can have, nice brunch and lunch and breakfast. I love it.
Beautiful, kind of in the middle, which we like, living life in the middle.
In the middle. That's kind of where I like to be.
We are here at Tony Talks Show today on Edge Radio TV. We are talking
I want to get clear real quick.
Yes.
Everybody always, what's inside of your bottle, Tony? They think I've got magic juice. This is magic juice.
It is magic juice.
At the end of the day,
it ties very
tell them
closely
what's in here. Shai makes this for me. What's in here?
It ties closely in what we're talking about today about human optimization and energy. So we're going to talk a little bit more that everything is energy, but so is the food that you eat. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, I want to tie it all in. Okay. So
before we do that, let's lay the foundation of this discussion. Deliberate creation. Deliberate creation. Guys, listen. Okay, here we go. In order to kind of expand and evolve, you got to kind of stay in the middle a little bit. What that basically means is
staying in the middle.
Staying in the middle. I mean, it's like deliberate creation. Here's the deal. You are already creating. You are submerged in a law of creation. Everything is rejuvenating. Everything is evolving. Everything is moving. That's what this universe is about, and you are part of that. You can't get away from that. So some of you are creating deliberately in certain parts of your life, but maybe not the whole landscape of your life. And some of you are not deliberately creating on any level of your life. You're just kind of dealing with life as life unfolds for you. And you're not understanding that you're actually creating that, but you're just not doing it consciously. So
unfortunately, I think the easiest way for people to understand and grasp this concept of not deliberately creating, everyone's had a bad day. Okay. Someone you've experienced waking up.
Yeah.
You missed your alarm. You slept through it. So you're late. Yep. You get up. You stub your toe. You get angry.
Here we go again. Are you joking with me? I stubbed my toe. I just got out of bed. I'm late too. God.
So you finally get in your car and you experience that wonderful
I promise you,
of Houston traffic.
Yeah, it's coming. I already know. Every day I got to deal with this traffic, this Houston traffic.
So
here we go.
Everybody's kind of experienced a domino effect of that negative energy.
Yeah.
Okay. And you keep asking yourself things like, what more can happen?
And guess what? Here I am, Mr. Universe.
Yes.
Oh, you really want to know that?
So now you get a call from your kid's school. They've been in trouble.
That's what else could happen.
Okay. So you just see this domino effect of negative things, one thing happening after another. Okay.
Yeah.
We know what that feels like. But a lot of people don't understand that the flip side is also true. So us being in that negative energy, asking questions, what more can happen?
You're creating. You are creating, but you're not creating consciously.
Correct. So
you are creating by emotional response. That is the worst way to create. But you are creating, believe me. So we're going to teach you how to use emotional response to create what you truly desire.
Well, and I think also, so if you are aware of energy, a lot of people have this mindset, oh, so I can't get mad anymore. Absolutely not. You have all of your
You're going to get mad. It's part of life. God created it. It's part of it. It's energy. We just call it mad. That's the word we've put on it. That's the way we define it in our society, but it's energy. Okay, so let's take that for a second. When you're mad, don't you feel it at every level of your being?
Oh, absolutely.
Don't you? Cellular, your blood pressure goes up, your muscles get tense. I mean, your whole demeanor change. Absolutely. So you're trying to tell me that energy doesn't affect you at a cellular level?
Oh, it does. Absolutely.
It does.
And that's the point. So what we're trying to say is, no, don't feel like you have to get rid of all of those, what we perceive as negative emotions. It's just a matter of now being conscious of those.
Understanding energy.
Don't
How do
let them control you.
Yeah. Well, again, what do we talk about? What does energy do? It transfers or transforms. Now, the beautiful thing about choice, you can transform it.
Yes.
By will.
Yes.
By deliberate, creative will, you can transform it. And here's the deal. Your body is a reflection of energy.
Absolutely.
I mean,
so tying back into that drink and what we're talking about, optimization.
Yes.
Again, everything is energy. So if you're wanting to have more positive energy in your life,
I got beet juice in here.
Yes, you need
I got
to
amino
drink
acids
and
in
eat
here.
Things that have positive energy.
I've got green drink. I've got a bunch of vegetables and fruit in here.
Yes.
Right. And we do this on a daily basis.
We do it on a daily basis. So again, there is a green drink. There's a thing called spirulina.
Oh, guess why I do the beet juice, guys? Oh, are you ready for this? Ooh, 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 ooh.
Nitrous oxide.
Yep. Heart disease runs in my family. My grandma died from it. My dad had an issue. He passed from it. All right. So what do? Well, I can go to the doctor. He'll see my history. He'll look at my age. He'll look at my weight. He'll look at my height. I'm a train wreck. I'm 55 years old. I'm 5'10" on a good day. I'm 254. Okay. I'm clinically morbidly obese. My BMI is 46.5 on paper. But I'm not that guy. I'm a healthy guy. I work out. I feel good, right? So at the end of the day, it's that number. They look at you and then it's like, okay, now what? Where do we go from there? How do you go from there? How do you go from being a unhealthy person to a healthy person?
Well, again, so you're
How do we
taking
get that person there?
nitric oxide. So it's a vasodilator.
Yes.
So it's going to expand your vascular system, which takes the pressure off of your heart.
So a person with blood pressure issues could actually take that. That's a natural remedy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So again,
we're not telling you not to stop taking your meds. Let's get clear on that.
No.
What I am saying is beet juice creates NO2, nitric oxide in the body, which is a vasodilator, which allows your blood flow and oxygen to move throughout your entire body easier without constriction. And guess what? When you have more oxygen and blood in your body running through your entire being, guess what? You become a healthier person. So that's a great foundation to start building your health. And we're always going to come back to your true solution of who you really are in creation, fruits and vegetables. The things you have taught me through that, just having that fruits and vegetable diet, if you will.
So when we're talking about optimizing yourself and your life, you want to make sure that you're putting the things in your body because your body is your tool.
It's energy.
But your body is your tool to accomplish everything.
Absolutely,
so you want it to be as healthy and as positive as possible, and eating fruits and vegetables.
You know what's so crazy? I have seen such awesome stories where people have come to me that were unhealthy, and we start talking about their dreams. You know, I always get to the core of what makes you happy. Right. You know, a lot of times, 90% of them, 80% of them, they were in jobs that they hated. They were doing things that didn't make them happy,
right.
You know, which emotionally causes distress to the human body, which causes biochemical changes that happen in the body. The digestive system becomes distressed. Your body cannot process food properly, right? So now you start to build and create. You're creating this through your choices and your decisions, be conscious or unconscious. You're creating this and your body will reflect it. So over time, if you're in that state chronically, you're going to become an overweight person. You're going to become, your body's going to struggle with its systems of rejuvenation and its systems of being in good health. That homeostasis is the thing I love. What is that? That's balance and health, right? It's living in the middle.
It's optimal health in the internal body.
And that's what we try to achieve is homeostasis. So the body is in balance and the body actually is healing itself and curing itself and rejuvenating itself and giving itself energy and, you know, doing the beautiful things that it was created to do. But unfortunately, through our own decisions, we've kind of put a kink in the hose, if you will.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So
again, talking about, internal optimization, using food in order to do that. There are many foods that have positive frequencies. So when you take them and you consume them, it's actually adding energy to your internal self.
yeah.
And then there's also foods that have negative frequencies. So when you consume them, it's actually drawing life source from your body. A lot of people don't want to hear this, but
especially the guys.
Exactly.
Did I have a hard time when you told me that?
Absolutely.
I did not want to hear that, guys. Listen, I've been a bodybuilder waiting for a long time. You're going to sit here and tell me I can't have meat? And then I was like, listen, what about chicken? Okay, chicken and fish. Those are great meats, aren't they?
So everything that comes and derives and comes from an animal actually has a negative frequency.
And if you guys don't believe us, research it, man. The science is there.
Huge.
I couldn't. She had to show me the science. I was too emotionally attached to that, and I also my belief in that I needed that to be strong and to be healthy and to.
So
oh wow!
I'm gonna get it out, but then I'm also gonna show a solution. Okay?
Oh boy!
So everything that comes from an animal, yes, it does have a negative frequency. It literally draws your life force from your body.
And it's really tough on your digestive system.
Fruits and vegetables and nuts
Yeah.
and herbs,
Yeah.
all of those have a positive frequency.
Yeah.
So they're actually adding to your internal chemistry. So no, we're not saying that every single person needs to become a vegetarian or a vegan, although I am.
I'm not. Listen,
He's
here's
not.
the deal, guys. I'm going to be straight up with you, okay? But I did do this. Here we go.
Here's
Here's living in the middle. Because I'm going to live in the middle. I'm not going to be this extreme. That's just my opinion. That's okay. I don't like to live far to the left or far to the right, okay? That's just not the place that's good for me. So what I do is I say I'm going to live in the middle. So here's what I do. I'm probably at about, wouldn't you say 80-20? Maybe?
Yeah.
80-20?
Yeah.
80-20. What does that mean? 80% of my diet is fruits and vegetables. It's food that I know by law, energetic law, and biological law will improve my health. I know that to be true, okay? The other 20% are the foods I like, okay? I eat meat once in a while. We ate at one of our favorite restaurants yesterday for lunch, and hey, I had some meat. And I'm going to have that whenever I desire, but I'm going to make sure that I keep it in moderation. And when I do it, I'm not going to go in excess like I used to. I used to eat, remember we'd go to Longhorn and I'd have 30-ounce steak and we would kill that back in the day, but that doesn't happen anymore.
Well, and I think that's something that everyone that's listening now needs to know about us and what we're going to be promoting in the show and educating in the show is, in order to have an optimal life, you don't have to go to one extreme.
No, you have to find what's right for you. Listen to me now. You're never going to create happiness for yourself trying to do what's right for other people. I'm not saying don't be mindful of that. Be mindful of that. But at the end of the day, if you are not making yourself happy and you're not living with integrity for yourself, you are not going to fulfill your destiny on this planet in this particular lifetime. Okay, it's binding energy. It's opposing energy to creation. So I'm not. It has nothing to do with my opinion. It has to do with me trying to help you to understand that you have the creative power to expand as far as you desire and create whatever you desire. But you have to do it in a conscious manner, and you also have to protect your energy.
Absolutely. So I'm sure if you're listening in, you may have the question of, how do I know what is right for me? And
you already know. Everybody. Remember Dave Chappelle? You knew how I feel when he said that, but it's feeling.
So your emotions.
And what have we been taught? What has society taught us? I know what society taught me as a man. I know what it taught me as a man. I know what it taught you as a woman. Women are kind of emotional. That's what most men think.
Yes, but we're also being told that those emotions are the downfall of being a woman. You're too emotional. Well, we all have emotions. That's the point. That's the point of being human.
And I think that's the problem with men. A lot of men, at least it was for me, suppressed emotions.
But
I had all these emotions that I was pushing down, and because society wouldn't give me a fair place to talk to them. We didn't have these forums where guys would get together and say, hey, man, you know what's on my heart, bro? These things are bothering me. We didn't do stuff like that. You know what I mean? You just kept it to yourself, and you kept pushing through. That's what I was taught.
So if you notice, everything that we're talking here is energy. The food we're eating is energy. Our emotions
and you know what?
are energy.
Yeah, you know what? Everything is energy, and how you focus it. And I took some of the negative energy, some of the things I didn't realize it was energy at the time, but I did take that and used it in the gym.
Well, you transformed it.
That is so true. That is so true. You know, that energy could have that energy could have killed me. It really could have took me out, physically, mentally, I mean, everything. I just found a place to channel it, and the gym was that place. And I'm thankful because that's where I found out who I really was as a person and what I really wanted out of my life, which was really crazy. I wanted to help people. And it was so taking that energy and transforming it and saying, hey, you know what? Yeah, something bad happened in my life. Maybe this situation wasn't the best for me. Okay, so what do I do with it? I transform it, or I stay with it, and it's going to transform me. If I stay with it in that motion, in that moment, and just continue to go back to it in my memory, keep going back to that place, keep going back to that place. I'm just reinforcing that energy, which is allowing that to become bigger and bigger in my life, and will become a block. It'll become an invisible block that'll stop me from moving to the next step.
That is a wonderful segue. So thank you guys for tuning in to
Stay with
the
us,
Tony
man.
Talk Show.
Hopefully you guys
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about blocks and flow. So force and flow, and how you can start to transform your energy.
Force and flow, guys. Force and flow. Let's.
Don't push me because I'm close to the edge.
I'm trying not to lose my head.
Hey, this is the Talk About Unity show where I bring the talk.
And I bring the unity.
And together we talk about unity. Unity is what matters.
Come on.
And right now in our country, that's what we've got to do. So we do that here at Talk About Unity on the Edge Radio Network. Be with us every week.
It's going to be awesome. It always is. And I tell you what, the more we seek first to understand, then be understood, we make progress.
And we like to do that. And that's why everybody's on the brink. We love what we do at Edge Radio because everybody's on the edge. We bring them back from the edge and we bring the unity. So we're just glad to Edge Radio Network every Tuesday morning, 10 a.m. Talk about unity because here at Edge Radio Network, truth still matters.
Welcome back to the Tony Talk Show here on Edge Radio TV Network, man. Listen, we're here talking about the truth, hopefully trying to help some people get to the next level of their lives, right? Before we actually took the break, we were talking about deliberate creation and what that all meant.
Yes.
We were also talking about energy.
Absolutely.
And the various forms of energy. And how do we take that energy that we're submerged in it. So how do we take that energy and actually use it for the things that we desire as far as creating the life that we want for ourselves. So I just wanted to bring everybody up to speed.
Absolutely. Well, we left off on a great topic. Tony was talking about how he's had negative experiences in the past.
Yeah.
And if he didn't channel that and transform that into something positive, it could have created some negative outcomes in your life. So I'm sure everyone
did create
listening,
some negative outcomes in my life for a while. Until I was probably 28. I just continued in that negative stuff. You know what I mean? Just kept doing the things. And it's so crazy because I didn't want to do it, but I kept doing it.
Yeah.
Part of me was like, walk away. But the other part was like, stay. And I chose to stay, and I didn't understand that was energy. I didn't understand that was opportunity. I didn't understand that that was a door opening for me to create the life that I truly desired. I didn't understand that in the moment. So I kept doing what I was biochemically connected to, and neurologically connected to, and socially connected to. So it was hard to break out of that. But, you know, once I realized at 28, I just kind of got to a place to where, you know, most people get to the pain point where you finally make a decision and say, hey, enough's enough. I want to have a different life.
So what advice would you have to the listener and viewer that's saying, you know what, I'm experiencing all of these, what I describe, negative events in my life. You're telling me I can have a better life, but I'm not seeing that. I'm not experiencing that. So how do I transform what I'm dealing with now into something positive that can give me the outcome that I'm looking for? What is the how? What steps can I take today?
That's a huge question. Okay, so let's just say metaphorically, your life that you're trying, the things that you don't like is the big pink elephant in the room. That's your life. Okay. So how do you eat an elephant? We all know what?
One bite at a time.
One bite at a time. So what you do is you find that lowest hanging fruit. And that lowest hanging fruit to me is that thing that's causing the most distress in you mentally, emotionally, physically, on that level. That one thing that's causing that problem, that one thing that's causing that block, that one thing that you feel like you cannot overcome. So you get to decide what that is, okay? And let's just say it's your physical body. Let me use an example because I think it'll help them understand. Okay. All right? So let's just say it's your physical body. You want to overcome, the common thing I always deal with clients is weight. I want to get off this roller coaster of gaining weight, losing weight, because most people do that over the course of their lives, which actually creates disease. It's the foundation of creating disease. And we're going to talk about that a little bit deeper too. So at the end of the day, here I am. I'm in this body. I don't want to be in here anymore. Right? And how do I get out? How do I change? All right. So the first thing, the easiest thing for you to change, which doesn't cost you any money, is how you feel about yourself, because everything's going to boil down to that anyway. Okay, so let's just say, I always tell people, what you put your attention on, what you focus on, expands, because that's your energy. Okay, so if you're putting your energy on that one issue, it's going to expand, and that's energy. What do we say? It transforms or it transfers, right? So as you are putting yourself in that space, you are looking at that, and that energy is growing and growing and growing and growing, and eventually it'll grow to the point where it hits your pain point, and you'll decide to take action. You'll decide to do something different because you're pissed or whatever the case may be. You had a major loss. Something happened to make you say you made a different decision, and you didn't realize that you could have done that, 100 miles back.
So what you're saying is, if you have the mindset and you have the desire of changing your physical body, your first step isn't to go work out.
No, you know what's so
the first step is to change your conversation about yourself.
If you wake up every day, if you wake up every day and you look in the mirror and you start judging yourself, which creates division within yourself. Judge not, lest ye be judged. Oh, I don't even want to go there. But it'll create division within yourself, right? And that right there alone actually diminishes your power. That right there alone diminishes your creative power. It diminishes your power.
So first thing we want to ask all of you is, what is your internal conversation about yourself?
Yeah, if you want to find the issues, hey, play this little exercise with me. I do this with a lot of my clients, and it's going to be tough. A lot of you can't even do it for 5 minutes, I promise. But do it as long as you can. If you can't get to 5 minutes, it's okay. So if you're trying to figure out, hey, what's going on with me? You know that little man in the mirror test we do? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Stand in front of the mirror for about 2 to 5 minutes and don't say anything. Just look at yourself and watch what comes to the surface.
Not in judgment.
You will find that you are judging yourself. I said observe what comes to the surface. You have to see that and observe it, and don't judge it. Living in the middle means you are observing things in your life that may not be working for you anymore, and you want to change it. You're not judging it, you're just observing it, okay? And then once you make that observation and says, hey, this serves me or it doesn't serve me, then you can make your choice. If it serves you for the greater good of what you're trying to accomplish, what you're trying to become, your legacy, whatever you're trying to leave on this planet, that's positive, okay? The universe will support you in that and help you create that. But when you understand, you got to understand that you're an energy unit, and you have to get involved in that energy to move that energy to create what you want to create. Because everything that we touch, smell, feel, in this world was created metaphysically, and it's energy. Everything is energy. It is. The human body is. So if you're in that place where you're stuck, I've got to get you to start feeling better about yourself. Because you know what? If you feel better, you do better. Think about that for a second. If you feel better, you do better. That's why I'm saying the foundation of creation of your life is your physical body. It truly is. There's no way around it. You can't escape it. It is your physical body. So if you'll take care of your physical body and you'll create as much energy as you can on the inside, guess what happens? Your world changes on the outside. It is the law of creation. You can't get away from it. And a lot of you are living that right now, but you're living it unconsciously. And a lot of you are living that right now, and you're living that consciously. And that's a great thing. So what we're trying to do is we're just trying to expand your awareness so you can understand, hey, listen, this thing is in my control, man. You know, right now, let me explain something to you. We are, as a nation, as a world, there's this horrible energy that's going on right now.
A lot of division.
That's not even the energy I'm talking about. The division is the manifestation of the energy, physically. The energy is fear. That energy has been on this planet for so long, and when you can create fear, you can control people. You can control things when you create fear. See, fear happens when you don't know who you are. You allow someone else to define you. You allow someone else to tell you what you should be doing, how you should be doing it. And listen, guys, I'm not talking about this as a free pass to destroy your community. It's not a free pass to destroy anything. It's a free pass to create and support and do better. Because I hope when we know better, we'll do better. I haven't seen that in the history of my life, which is really sad. That's the legacy. You asked me, why did I start the show? That's the legacy. I want us to do better. I want us to realize the things that we've done in the past is really not helping us now to get forward. We're just duplicating bad decisions, bad behavior, and then we're asking for a better outcome. It is not going to happen. Those are two opposing energies, right?
Well, and I think that's...
And they don't work harmoniously with each other.
That's a huge motivation for why I am excited to be part of this show. Is I understand that when you optimize yourself and when you become the best version of you,
yes,
everything gets better. So when we're wanting to make a global positive impact, everything starts with the individual. You need to become better yourself, and now we can start making a global impact of the world becoming better.
Right.
And for me, that's what I want my legacy to be. Is I want to leave the world a better place, a more peaceful, a more loving, a more accepting.
With that, and I know that ties into what you love doing as well,
yes,
which is art.
Yes.
And you see how you light up?
Yes.
You see how you light up? That's what I want to see humans do. I want to see them do what they love doing, and I want to see them light up. Because I love doing what I'm doing, and it lights me up, to be able to help people, to support, to do what we can to nurture people back to health. Here's the deal, guys. I know this. Here's the greatest resource we have on the planet. Human beings. It's the greatest resource we have on this planet. And if we can understand, if we'll just take care of yourself, love yourself, have integrity with yourself, your external world will change for the better. And if we just imagine, if we all just did that, how things would change collectively. There's a collective consciousness, a collective energy, a collective universal consciousness on this earth and beyond, right? And we're part of that. We're part of that. And the way society shows up is the reflection of our collective consciousness.
Absolutely.
And we have a choice to look at that or look away from that. But make no mistake about it, what we are dealing with on our planet right now, we've created. And some people would say, Tony, wow, man, that's a strong statement. I'm sorry, I understand the law of energy. You can't get away from it. Nothing shows up without us creating it collectively.
Which is
now we also get to do an individual thing. Yeah,
it is a wonderful
beautiful
thing, because that's why we're so driven on awareness, is because once you're aware of the impact of your decisions and your emotions, it's a great place, because now that means that you can change it if you aren't happy with the way that things are going. So
give me an example. Give me an example, Shai, when you've done that in your life, because I know you've had some diversity in your life. We all have.
Absolutely.
We all have at different levels for different reasons. But again, you've applied some of these things in your life. How did you get to where you are right now in that understanding?
I read.
Have you always been
a
that way?
lot.
Oh yeah, we're big readers. Readers are leaders.
I read.
I used to hate to read when I was young. I hated it. I hated school. I hated sitting in a classroom. I hated someone sitting in front of the room telling me how to think. I don't know. I was weird, I guess. But I love to read now. I love research. It's weird. You know?
Well, to answer your
Not
question,
weird. It's just different.
I think the most recent decision that I made to make myself happy was recommitting to being vegan. So I was vegan for a very long time when I was growing up as a child for about 11 years. And then just through life.
Were you naturally drawn to that?
I am naturally drawn.
No, I mean, you said when you were a child. So
yes,
did your parents teach you veganism, or what made you?
No.
What made you adopt that?
No,
as a child?
my family.
Because most kids want marshmallows and chicken nuggets and all that other stuff.
I don't know. My mom tells stories of us being in restaurants and me asking for salads. I didn't want the kids menu. I wanted, I had this cup that I'd carry around and I wanted all kinds of vegetables in there. But no, I was not raised that way.
About the green bean cup.
My parents are hunters, or my dad is, and so they eat meat. But recommitting to that because it felt good. It made me feel empowered. And because of that, I'm not having any digestive issues that I experienced before. So making decisions that are right for you.
It's so crazy. We have found
emotions.
that our female clients that we've worked with that have had digestive dysfunction, and we know that population of human beings are really prone to that. There's more going on. You know what I mean?
Males are too. I just don't believe that they're as conscious, and they don't speak about it.
Of course they're not, because what do we see when we're walking around? These big bellies, right? Which is a reflection of digestive dysfunction. You may have, as men, pushed it to the side, suppressed it. I got to keep going. There's no big. That's the thing about us men. We don't really want to talk about our health, and the thing that's so sad about it is that we die so quickly, and we shouldn't. And guess what? Men are meat eaters.
Yes.
That hurts.
There are lots of connections.
That hurts.
Hopefully you guys are excited as we are.
Oh, stay with us, guys. We're going to get real deep on this show. I mean, we're going to talk about things that a lot of people don't want to talk about or hear. And to me, that's where evolution begins.
Human optimization has a broad array of topics. We're going to bring on lots of guests. We're going to talk about lots of applicable
entrepreneurship, all of these things, guys. I'm going to teach you how to monetize the thing you love to do. I know you've been taught, half of you are going to jobs you hate. They're not paying you well. And now the social distancing, COVID-19 pivot that a lot of people are doing right now. Some of you are starting to get back to your hobbies to make you feel better. And we're going to show you how to monetize those things and get into entrepreneurship and really take control of your financial freedom, because you were created to be financially free. You were not created to be on this planet stressing about bills, stressing about life, and then die. That is not your destiny. That's not what you were here for. But if that's what you choose, that's what you'll live. So stay with us, Tony Talk Show. It's going to get deep.
We'll see you back next Thursday at 10 a.m. Bring a notepad and pen and paper. I'm sure you're going to want to take lots of notes. We look forward to seeing you guys. Thank you for being and joining with us for the first Tony Talk Show.
Yes, absolutely, guys. We're super excited.
Edge Radio TV.
Yep. Live healthy, and God bless.
God bless.